Hey, what's going on, guys, and welcome to the video you've all been asking for. Before we get into it, I've got two quick things, all right? Number one, if you play goalie in real life, let us know down in the comment section below, all right, that you play goalie and what your favorite game mode in NHL 19 is, okay? So, yes, I play goalie in real life. My favorite game mode is be a pro, EASHL, whatever. Just let us know down in the comment section below. Number two, follow us on Instagram at EASHL goalie. Make sure you shoot us a follow. All right, we're going to be doing some really awesome stuff with custom goalie gear. So check out what we've posted already. There will be potential save clips up there. And make sure you guys submit your own content. All right, we'll be featuring it on the Instagram and possibly in some of our YouTube videos. Okay, let's get into these builds. I'll be giving you my build. J Money will be giving you his. We'll both tell you why we think ours are the best. Originally in this video, I was going to explain what each of the specializations do, but it got a little lengthy, so we're going to turn that into a separate video. This is just going to be what our builds are. Now, I use the same build for 6s and 3s, but I use a different specialization. I'll explain why once I get into the build. So my number one build I use, I think this is the best one, is hybrid at 6'3", 180 pounds. No traits that really impact anything, and penalty kill energy is my specialty. So why do I use that? 6'3", if I had to do anything with making saves in this game, 6'3" is a pretty good balance between having height and speed and vision, okay? But I personally don't think height really does as much as other people do. All right, 180 pounds gives me 92 speed, 92 agility. 6'3" gives me 89 vision. Those three numbers are very important to me, okay? I want speed and I want vision. What this build does, though, is it knocks your rebound control down to 85. Personally, I don't think rebound control makes a difference. I've used 85, I've used 90. I still kick out juicy rebounds when the skater puts a good shot on my outside pad, okay? And the game's good enough where you can read that and slide over and save 99% of them. The only downside to this build, I think, is the 85 5-hole, and that comes from the height on the hybrid build. I don't notice too much of a difference there. You'll notice that I don't have any traits. Why don't I use traits? Well, 87s across the board is about as low as I'm willing to go for any of my reflexes. If I put on a trait like glove high, whatever it's called, it's going to knock my glove low and stick low down to like 85 or even lower. I'm not comfortable going lower than 87, all right? So I'll just stick at 87 across the board. Now, the most important part of this build is the specialty, penalty kill energy. If you're not using penalty kill energy in high-level 6s, you're doing something wrong. As much as we hate to admit it, the skaters in front of us impact the outcome of the game more than we do. When they go down shorthanded and it's 5-on-4, they have more ice to cover, they're going to be skating around more, losing more of their energy. If you successfully kill off the penalty, 100% of their energy gets rejuvenated. It doesn't matter if there's 20 minutes left in the first period, which obviously wouldn't happen, or 2 minutes left in the third, you get 100% of your energy back. Your forwards rely on that energy to score goals, okay? Late in the game, they're going to be burnt out, and they're not going to be able to blow past defenders. But if you guys take a penalty, you're down by a goal, you think the game's over, well, you kill off that penalty, your forwards have full boost. You can hit a guy streaking up the ice, and he'll burn those defensemen. I honestly think this specialty is a cheat code. Now, don't use it in 3s because there's no penalty kills. You can use the equivalent, though, which is calming influence. After you save a breakaway or a penalty shot, which happens pretty frequently in 3s, all of your skaters get their energy back. I think it's the perfect two specialties to use in competitive gameplay. Again, I'll go through all the specialties in a later video, but that's just my thoughts. Let's move on to the second build I suggest, and that's a butterfly base, 6'2", 180 pounds. You'll see I have the up high primary trait, and it's just the first one, not the second one, so it does less damage and less boost. And I have the puck player trait on again. Again, that gives you more passing and nerfs your poke check. All right, it's not really too significant. And my specialty is going to be the same for this build as well. The reason I'd suggest this build is if you value your reflexes over your athleticism. I personally don't, but you'll see here I have one better glove low and stick low at 88 than the hybrid build, but my glove high and stick high are still 87. 5-hole is 90. Rebound control is 2 better at 87. And my speed and agility is 87 and my vision's 85. That's what I don't like about this build. 87 speed and agility, 85 vision. I don't feel comfortable having 85 vision or being that slow, but again, you guys might not care too much about that and value those reflexes more. You can do the exact same thing with this build as a stand-up and give yourself 88 glove high and 88 stick high. You just got to switch those traits out so that they're equal. All right, those are the builds I use. All right, 99% of the time I use that hybrid build. I think that's the best one. But J Money's going to go through what build he uses and why he thinks it's the best.
How's it going, everyone? The Crease Police here, aka J Money, and I am going to share with you guys the builds that I use in 3s and 6s, as well as my thought process behind it. Now, I know this is going to be a pretty long video for you guys, so I'm going to try and keep this part as short and sweet as possible for you guys. So let's get started. So the first thing you're going to notice is that the height, the weight, and the traits are based off of my own personal playstyle, as well as what I believe to be my strengths on the controller itself. And the specialty is going to be based on the game mode and who I am playing with. So first off, I'm going to go with the hybrid build. Everything's even, 87s across the board in reflexes. You know, it's a nice, clean slate to work with. So let's go with max height. Maximum height. I know there's Europeans out there, 6'5", maximum height, the tallest that you can be. And before I even get to the numbers, this makes the most logical sense to me. I've made some saves in this game by the very edge of my blocker or glove, or the very edge of my pad, like the toe. And I can't say with definitive proof to you guys that a slightly shorter goalie would have made that save as well, but I'm not going to take the chance. I'll take the build that in theory should cover the most area of the net. But now let's get to the numbers. A +5 in vision, we're at 92 now, and only a -1 to speed and agility. We do gain a little bit in rebound control, but that's not as important to me. Now, the one negative is the -5 to 5 hole. It's as low as 82. This is my thought process behind it. I'm going to take as much responsibility as I can for the 5-hole saves. When I read a deflection from the point, when I read that someone's going to try and clap at 5-hole, because it's something that some players do on breakaways, I'm going to take that responsibility. I trust myself on the controller that I have pretty good reflexes that I can drop down to butterfly in time. So I'm willing to take that trade, the up in vision for the minus in 5-hole. Now that might be a little bit too extreme for some people, but that's what works for me. So now we're going to go to the weight. I have two options here for the weight. The first is 199. Notice our speed and agility go back to their default 90, and that can be good enough for some goalies. Some other people might want a little bit extra speed, and once in a while I do too as well, especially in 3s. So I consider, dropping down as low as 180 or 181. Now, for the Europeans out there, that is the minimum weight, the lowest weight that you can be. Now, you're going to take a hit in rebound control. We're going to lose 3 points there, but you'll gain another point in agility and speed, 91. And you're only gaining 1 out of it, but it might be worth it. If you're rocking a shorter goalie, I think you might be as high as 92, but I'll take, the extra height over the extra speed in that case. So either 199 or 181, the minimum. Now, when it comes to the traits, honestly, I don't really mess with the traits. Let's go to the high stats. We could have our glove, our in stick high as 92, but the 82 on the low stats is a bit too scary for me. That isn't worth it. So when it comes to the actual traits themselves, I really don't use them. If anything, I would use the puck player, extra passing. You do take a hit in poke check, but poke check doesn't really do anything. And if I want to be like Martin Brodeur back there playing the puck, why not? Now, there is another option that I've considered, but I haven't done yet. So I've already admitted that, 5-hole, I'm going to take responsibility for myself. If I really wanted to go all in into the next level in that, I have considered actually quick recovery, 1 or 2. My 5-hole is going to take an even bigger hit down to 79, but it's going to help my shot recovery. But even that's a bit too extreme for me, but I have considered that. Now, when it comes to specialties, this is where I consider the game mode and the people that I'm playing with. If I'm playing 6s, competitive 6s, the 2 that I rock the most are the deflection saves. There's usually defense is really tight. It's hard to score. There's going to be a lot of deflection attempts from the point. I always want my goalie to see it, so this ups my vision. He's going to fight through those screens, and I think it helps rebound control as well. Now, notice it doesn't help 5-hole directly, but if my goalie can see the puck, and I trust myself to drop down and butterfly, most deflections do seem to go 5-hole, and that will help fight that. The other one that I use is Cross Crease Master, an increase to save ability, which is your reflexes, your highs, your lows, your 5-hole. Remember, that's our biggest weakness. And push-off speed. So that's going to be our speed and agility right there on cross crease attempts. So that's helping out a lot of the key traits right there. Highs, lows, 5-hole, speed, and agility. Now, it only helps during cross creases, but that's something that I like to use as well. Because if it's not a deflection save, it's most likely a type of cross crease or a one-timer. Now, if I'm playing threes, definitely I recommend one-on-one brick wall. Any penalties, a penalty shot. And we know that a lot of people still haven't adjusted to the poke checks yet, so you're going to be facing a lot of penalty shots. So that's why I definitely recommend that. It's not something you're only going to see once or twice. You could see this many, many times a game, so definitely take advantage of that trait as well. Now, those are the three that I recommend the most. Now, when it comes to drop-in games, base it on your own experiences. What do you experience the most? I don't think you're going to experience as many deflection attempts, so I wouldn't recommend this. So you're either going to see a lot of cross creases, you're going to see a lot of breakaways or penalty shots, or one-timers in general. So those are the three that I would recommend in drop-in games. For myself, if I'm playing threes, definitely brick wall. The drop-in sixes, I would probably use cross crease or one-timer, but I would probably recommend cross crease. So those are the builds that I use in threes and sixes. If you have any questions, definitely go in the comments below. Thank you very much, and let's see what John has to say.
All right, guys, quickly, just to wrap things up. In the beta, I really enjoyed using that 5'10" hybrid build, and I still do on occasion, but I've just stopped tinkering with my build in general and focused on my positioning and play reads, as the build's not going to make you a better goalie. You can force the best goalies in the league to use 5'10", and they'd still perform at a higher level than everyone else because they can adapt their play style to those types of changes. But also, again, honestly, I don't think height really does all that much. I've made ridiculous saves reaching across my crease with my glove at 5'10", and I've let in trash goals that go off my glove at 6'5". I don't think that people saying that height makes a difference have really tested anything other than 6'5", and they're just too afraid for whatever reason, whether people will think they're bad or whatever. They won't be able to make the same saves they do, but honestly, if they tried it, they'd find out they could. Thanks for watching, guys. Again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it answered all your questions. We're going to be doing the specialization video very, very soon, okay? Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.